Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and I want to talk to you about YouTubeagegate. No, this is not a hate video on YouTube. It is just an explanation of why you are having massive losses of subscribers every time you post a video. So, there's been a lot of talk about this for several months, about when people are posting videos, then they show this massive subscriber loss. And when I say massive, I don't mean that like all of them disappear. I just talk about a lot of people being unsubscribed, and many of them claim that they didn't do it themselves. So what is that? Okay, so let me just right off the bat here say that I sat on this for a while, and I didn't want to be inflammatory and post stuff out here, and so I did a bit of research, and I've confirmed a couple of things with some really good inside sources that I have with YouTube. And what it boils down to is YouTubeagegate is a real thing. And I'd like to refer to this Reddit post here. This Reddit post actually nails it. Nobody knows it. So, if they knew it, it would have had a lot more upvotes on it. It has 29 comments, and it only has like 12 upvotes. There's a link in the description to this Reddit post. Okay, so basically, what they say here is that the reason that people are being unsubscribed is their age, and the law known as COPPA here in the United States. I don't know if COPPA actually translates anywhere else in the world, but at least in the United States, it's a really important law. And so, the long and short of this is that COPPA is designed to protect children on the internet, and to make sure that they don't have, that companies do not have personal information for children under 13, and that they or that they have parental approval. And so I want to show you something else here. This is some stats for a friend of mine, Bodil40. Now, Bodil here, you can see, doesn't this look like a kid-friendly icon up here? Or over here? And so Bodil has really made his mark in Minecraft and some other games which are very attractive to the younger crowd. And I know that my kids have been watching him, but I at the same time, when I see that my kids are watching his stuff, I think to myself, maybe they shouldn't be. And I've talked to them about this because Bodil drops all kinds of nasty words all over the place. So, and they're just out there having fun with their friends, doing Minecraft stuff, doing challenges, and dropping the occasional F-bomb. Well, here's what's happening. When this started, Bodil kind of went into a panic. And I don't blame him at all. Because, look at these numbers. Even though he is getting, wouldn't we all like to have, an average of, 60-some thousand views. Let's see, 66,000 views daily average right now. I, myself, I'd go for that. It's, I'm getting, 5, maybe 10,000, somewhere in that range. But Bodil is getting much more than that. And he used to get a ton. So if we look at the stats here, and this is Social Blade. I'll also link to this site here in the description. So in Social Blade here, you can see that Bodil really took off in, just around July and June, July. He started to take off. He was really started doing something right. Now, he was already, at the 1 million subs mark, but he kind of plateaued here for a bit, and then he really took off. And you can see here, man, you got to be proud of yourself here. I don't know, this is over 5 million views in one day he hit total, but he, just really rocking it, knocking it out of the park, doing an awesome job. Then we get to July 2016, and there's a big drop-off in his total subs. So, we hear all the time people saying, they come into our shows and they're like, you know what, I am I got unsubbed somehow. we all hear that, all of us who do live shows. Those of us who only do video, well, not so much, but I hear it a lot in the live shows. And so while he was at, 2 million subscribers here, 1.98, he's been going down ever since. And, he has these little upticks and downs, but really, he's lost a good 700,000 subs since this started. Or 70,000 subs since this started. And his views have gone down. Well, you want to know why his views are going down? His views are going down because his target audience is not getting an alert whenever he is posting stuff. And you can see that every day he is losing more and more. Now, Bodil talked to me, and he really kind of nailed this on the head, saying, hey, it's when I post a video that it really kind of goes down. And so I don't know if that's still happening, but that was kind of the indicator. He's like, why, when I post new content, does my subscriber account go down? Well, I'm like thinking, this is bullshit. I can't explain this, but more and more people were saying this. And so I dug into it and talked to a couple of people in the know. And in fact, it is the COPA laws pressuring YouTube into making changes. And so I think that now let me talk on the side of YouTube and say, okay, so I want to, really I'm just saying, like, talking like I'm the owner of YouTube. And boy, the thing is that if I were the owner of YouTube and I was liable, so COPA, violations of COPA can be potentially $40,000 per user. And that's a lot of money. So especially with how many kids watch YouTube. And so do I want to do a massive wipe and say, okay, all of these accounts, so we put in some indicators and we look for accounts that are 13 years of age and under, or that we believe could be 13 years of age and under, or like, everybody who put in their real birthday. And one of my kids made an account, and he put in a different birthday because he was thinking about stuff like this ahead of time. He didn't want to be blocked on watching content. I mean, good thinking for him. I'm not so sure I like the idea that he did that, but good thinking for him because he's avoided this. And I'm not recommending that at all on this. In fact, I doubt there's any kids that are watching this, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But anyway, it is basically... they gotta get rid of all of these subscriptions. Now, I looked at my content and I've looked at Bodil's content, and what are the triggers on this? Well, I think that the triggers are that if you use the standards of movies, and in the United States we have this rating called PG-13, and so the PG-13 stuff really says, okay, right at this age, so it's saying 13 years of age and above. And I haven't looked up the standards, but it's something like they can drop like maybe one F-bomb, maybe two, and no real nudity, like no women's breasts and no crotch area. Maybe you see somebody walking naked away from the camera and you might see their butt or something like that. But I think that that's kind of the guideline on that. Now, obviously, there's no nudity on YouTube, but YouTube does have the ability now that if you haven't noticed this, I don't know where you've been, but if you are a content creator, go and look at your closed captions, because YouTube is capturing and making up the closed captions for you, and it's not always right, especially when there's a lot of other noise going on. But it does a very good job. In fact, you could turn on the closed captions for this video right now, and you will see I've not put in the closed captions. This is YouTube having done it. And so if I were to drop an F-bomb or other words that would be considered undesirable for the age of 13 and under, then this would be flagged as a video that would be inappropriate for being suggested to the COPA, target. And so, and my content on my channel, I'm sure that my channel has been flagged. I mean, I drop F-bombs all the time whenever I'm doing gameplay videos. It's just a fact. And every once in a while, I do them in my business videos. So I'm sure that my channel has been flagged. I have seen during this period of time that my subscriber numbers are lower, but my target audience, I can tell you that I've looked at my stats, and my average viewer, 98% male and 35 years of age, typically has a degree or has been in the Army or some sort of government service, and highly technical. Many of you are IT, or you're pilots, or you're entrepreneurs, or this is kind of the realm of who watches my videos. And so I'm not affected to this nearly as much. But if I was making Minecraft content, or I was making other content that was directed at kids, I mean, my God, there's got to be it's got to be a big impact, especially for somebody like Bodil, who was doing. Let's look at this graph here. I mean, this growth here was just really awesome right up to this point, and his daily views, while they weren't as high as this peak over here, still really healthy. He was having a higher daily view count than what he's got right now. And is Bodil doing anything wrong? No, I don't think he is. And in fact, this is the kind of stuff here. Parkour. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. But see, he knows this. And so I think that what has to happen here is that this will catch up over time. So I don't think that this is going to be something that's going to last forever. Now, the type of content that he makes here on this channel, if Bodil... Okay, so I'm making a recommendation for any of you that are in Bodil's, or I'm just going to talk about some stuff about any of you that are in the situation that Bodil is in with your own channel, or Bodil could even take this recommendation. And I think that here's what I would try. If I seriously wanted to support the audience that is 13 and under, and I thought that was my target, and that was how I was going to do really well with this, then I need to make content that is very specifically tame enough for them. What is tame enough? Rated G. Think of Disney. Now, think of Disney cartoons. Not some other Disney movies. They kind of go up there. I don't know that I've ever seen a Disney movie that was rated R, but I've seen some other ones that do get a bit out there. And so think of rated G. And if you're going to make content that is specifically targeted at this age group, then I think you should create a new channel. And I think you should do both channels and refer people to your other channel for other content. And so I think it's 2 channels. And if you have to, if you only have the ability to make 1 video a day, let's say, then alternate them back and forth. And in your channel, in both of your channels, pitch the other channel. So that way, because I think this is targeted at the channel. And I don't necessarily think that you can go and delete all of your old videos that drop the F-bomb or whatever and change your channel. So I think that's really important. The other thing is that your audience right now, your 13 and under audience that falls under this COPA stuff, they are growing up. Look at this as a longer term thing. So they are going to get older, and if you can kind of maneuver that content, so why don't you start supporting like 13 and up on your channel? Why don't you specifically target that? Because your audience right now, I don't know what the average age is of Bodil's viewers. I know that I have an 8-year-old that likes his stuff, and I have a 14-year-old that likes his stuff. It's both. Both of them like it. And, but, the 8-year-old, he's out of luck. If this is on his subscriptions, it's going to be out of there. So, okay, I've rambled on long enough about this. Give me your comments on this, and take this as truth, because that's what it is. This is the cause of the unsubs. And if you're a brand new channel, I think you should put in part of your decision processing what age group you're going for. Because if you're going for this 13 and under, then you've got to be rated G all the way. I also want you to think about one thing. If you're going for this 13 and under, if kids are not being targeted, and YouTube is intentionally making sure that kids are not targeted, think about the advertising that's going to go on your videos for kids. And, how much is that going to pay? And will they, in fact, will the proper ads show up? Because, they're not supposed to be targeting kids or personal information. They can target an age group, but they can't target an individual. And so that's something to really think about. But if you're doing toy reviews or, whatever, maybe this is your group. And maybe you can really rock it. And I hope you do. So in the comments, if you are in the same situation as Bodil here, and your target audience has been a pretty young group and you are suffering significant losses of subscribers, post a link to your Social Blade or, whatever. Actually, I'm not sure whether you can or not. I have settings turned on for everything on my channel. But I would love to take a look at your stats, and I would love to discuss this more, because there's some more things that we may be able to do to address this. Because YouTube is going to do what YouTube needs to do, and it's up to us to react however we can to change things. So, and I do want to say one more thing. Down in the description is our no job stuff. What is that? It is basically, if you've wanted to be a YouTuber, you've wanted to get paid to play video games, we show you how. So it's a class. It costs less than a video game, and it starts you out right at the very beginning. Like, how do you create your channel and how do you get your first video created? We go through all of that. The theme of the class is action. We get you producing now. And I'm very proud of everybody that's in the group. It's done really well. I am actually astonished that we have a good percentage of people who are, one, creating content, but two, we have a few people who have really, really done well. And I am so impressed with what they've been doing. So anyway, check that out. There's a link in the description. This information I posted 2 weeks ago into our private, secret Facebook group where we talk about stuff. Sorry, the Murloc wants out. I didn't know he was going to stand up and speak right now. So anyway, we posted this a couple of weeks ago in there, and as information coming down the pipeline, and I just wanted to wait to create the video here until I was really 100% sure and verified things from a couple of sources. So that's why it took so long. Anyway, I'm Marky Dragon. Take care, and if you're under 13, don't bother subbing. If you're over, please sub.